Hello, my internet friends. Welcome to the Cosmic Navel. We're streaming to you live from my Earth Dome, also known as my mystical driftwood fort on the sandy beach of the Cosmic Navel, where song runs through all of reality. All right, that's it's a little sample of where we're going today. Okay. On to the vision casting portion of my show. This space is a playful Theotokian riparian zone that seeks to integrate traditional values, modern values, progressive postmodern values, and that which is emerging on the bleeding edge of the evolution of culture and consciousness, postmodern values. You all have a place here at my table, okay? This is where opposites interpenetrate and merge, like salt water and fresh water finding harmony in a musical estuary. Transcendence and immanence are the liturgical wings of a dragonfly soaring through the eye of a hurricane. The pragmatic and the playful dance to the rhythm of art. Who wouldn't want to join this ragtag neighborhood marching band that processes on all the holidays and birthdays, remembering our hidden lives back into full communion with ultimate reality, with the you that is a part of me? Okay, my friends? Please say hello in the chat. You're welcome to join me. I am going to enter the Cosmic Navel through little song share. Oh, wait. Hold on. I gotta get this. This right. Yeah. Oh, dang it. There we go. Gotta get that rake. Okay. Boy, this is hard to do live. There we go. No, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So, Cosmic Navel, I actually kind of I composed a little ditty last night, and then put it into my DAW, my software, this morning. And I'm just going to play it for you and then actually improvise on top of it. Okay, so I'm going to do a little improv. Let's bring up my screen share. I'm going to share my DAW. See, look at that. Now you can see what this all looks like. All right, let's start at the beginning here. Maybe zoom out so you can see what this looks like. And let me get there we go. All right, let me know if you can hear this as it starts to play. Okay, here we go. Entering the Cosmic Navel. Oh, happy Halloween, by the way. All right, we're there. Please join me. Click the link in the chat there, and I will stop my little share here. Just a little background on that piece. There's a little exercise where you do just some kind of very simple step motion composition process. And I just took a simple chord. I think I created like 8 different chords. And that's it. I brought it into my jazzy synthesizer. Okay, I'm going to need some company here. I see some folks out there watching, but if you haven't broken the fourth wall, as they say in TLC lingo, maybe this is an opportunity to do that. Just jump on here, click that link. Oh, I do have one announcement. My buddy Jared and I started an Austin estuary, and we did our first Austin estuary in October this month, just earlier this month, and the next one is going to be November 20th. So I believe that's the third, I want to say Thursday, roughly the third Thursday every month with a few exceptions. If you don't know what an estuary is, it is a radically open conversation that fosters honesty and trust. And we follow a simple protocol developed by Paul Vanderklay and friends called pitch, point, play, where you simply come to the conversation. It's very participatory. You come to the conversation with an idea. You want to pitch to the group. It can be intellectual, contextual, what's happening in your life. It can be, oh, Luke, nice to see you. Hear that song on the wind? It's coming. Yes, Ruach, it is coming. On the wings of the wind. Pitch, point, play. You pitch an idea. It could even be a personal story. It could be estuary related. And then the group goes around, everyone pitches an idea, and then everyone points to the idea that seems to be speaking to them, or maybe is activating some sort of response that's not all flowers and butterflies. Okay? That's welcome here, too. Because in the estuary, this is where saltwater and freshwater come together. And it can get a little choppy, maybe get some white caps out there. So, pitch, point, everyone points to the idea that speaks to them or that they want to talk about. So you have some meritocracy, right? You have some democracy. The idea with the most juice, the idea that resonates with the group, pulls the group into the next stage, which is play. And that's where we kind of let go of the reins a little bit and just have a free conversation. So if you are in the Austin area and this interests you, please send me a chat or an email. You can find me out there on the internet, rigelthurston.com. Twitter, that's another place. But the first one's really fun, and I cannot wait to see how this develops. But here's the thing. This little Rigel show is going to come to a close if I don't have someone come in and join me, because I don't monologue like some folks out there. So I would love to hear any idea that you have. Maybe you have a topic you want to pitch. Maybe you want to share your favorite Halloween costume. Oh, I do have one more thing to share. This is my Halloween costume. Okay. And God, this is so hard to do backwards. Okay, this is my Halloween costume. And my wife and I think we're starting a new tradition. I think we are leaning into using Halloween as like a way to express how we're a little bit opposites. How we're opposites coming together. Okay, so last year I was the silver lining. Okay, and she was rain on your parade. Okay, this year I am fresh as a freaking daisy, and she is going to be just like still asleep. There's like a sleep mask that she's gonna wear with eyes closed. And this is literally what happens every single morning is I am fresh as a freaking daisy, usually up at like 4:40, working on stuff. And she is re-energizing her batteries through sleep. And I'll be frank with you. We kind of need both. We need both in this world because if everything is just fresh as a daisy, things don't get done. Maybe bad decisions are made, like on Amazon.com. You just order the first thing that pops up rather than doing a little due diligence. That's one of her spiritual gifts, due diligence. Mine is impulsive snap decisions. Okay. So we're just doing a little polarity work and using Halloween as a creative opportunity to express that in public. Do you have any creative opportunities you're communing this Halloween? Put in the chat. Oh, finally. God, Sherry, you're saving me. I was getting close to just calling it, but you are here now. Thank you.
Well, can you hear me okay? I've got earbuds in because I was listening to you while I was getting the lifeblood. Cheers.
Cheers.
I just I'm going to take them out though. Hang on.
That's okay. That's fine. You may have to change over your audio.
Yeah, is that okay?
There we go. Yeah, we're good. Loud and clear.
I have like the best mic ever. I don't have to touch it. It just goes, "Oh, what do you want, Sherry?
Yeah.
How can I help you?"
That is so wonderful. What kind of mic is that?
It's a Rode.
Yes, it's the Rode podcast mic, right?
There, you can see it on the back. Yeah.
Yep.
And when I was thinking about buying one, because the sound on your computer audio is just so tinny.
Yeah.
And I asked my son, who's an audio engineer, I said, what should I get? And he just sent me the Amazon link.
Sherry, and you have an amazing voice. I mean, that is, if there's one thing that you should invest in, it's a microphone. Because your voice is a gift to the... Yes. See that? Dang it. Okay, Cher. All right.
Yeah.
So what's bubbling up to you today? Bubbling up. Sorry, I was asking you a question while reading a comment, and I just can't do two things at once. Let me just kind of throw this on here from Brian. Curious what the model is. Oh, looks like Rode makes a bunch of things. They do make a bunch of things.
Yeah, I don't know. This was like $150 Canadian, so it's not like top of the line or anything. And it's plug and play. Like, it has no settings. I tried to figure out if I had to do something with it, and I'm like, there's got to be some way to fiddle with this thing, But no, it's got some volume setting for your headphones, and I don't know. There's a thing here that says it's got a microphone on one side and a screen on the other, and I've never touched these things, so I don't even know what they do. It's
This
weird.
is deep cut. This is TLC needs to pay attention to this stuff because this is how we get our little ragtag studios up and running.
Yeah.
So they sound good. So what is bubbling up for
What's
you today,
bubbling up?
Sherry?
Oh, Rigel, I had like, every now and then you have these days where you just, like, I started to say some things about some things that, okay, you guys were the inspiration for this because the last conversation we had, I said to all of you on the screen, I think Dan and Sam and you and I were on, and I said, if you guys only knew what I thought. And
I remember that.
so I tried to articulate that to another friend about, what I think about the big picture, which is, there's an advantage to being a big picture person, and then there's a really big disadvantage. That is, details don't matter. Like, I haven't got a clue what these buttons are for, and I'm never touching them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and
Oh, I am the big picture side of the kind of polarity system in
yeah,
my relational system.
exactly. So, anyways, I just man, I went on a tear yesterday, and I just talked a lot about some things, and it was good. It was good. First of all, it's good because I think a lot of things, but I don't always say them out loud. And then when I have to say them out loud, I don't know what to say. Because somehow your thoughts are like a little tangled ball of thread or something. You can, and like, it's an interesting thing to think about, actually, because you could. Hi, Joy.
Hey, Joy. Hey, Grim. This is the most people I have seen streaming. We have 13 people like watching right now. This is amazing. We're breaking records. Yeah, we're going viral. We're going viral, Sherry. Say hello if you're out there. Feel free to just.
Well, honestly, I stayed out for the longest time because I keep thinking, I don't want people to feel intimidated because I'm always here and it's you and me. It's not the Rigel and Sherry show. It's the Rigel show, folks. Okay. But I just can't stand to watch you being tortured.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So I came.
All right. Hey, Jess.
Hi, Jess. Grim, Joy.
Dang.
Ryan.
Okay, so back to you were
I always feel
thoughts
like
are a
romper.
ball of yarn.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just going to say, I always feel like Romper Room when I do that. Remember when she had to. Did you guys have Romper Room, or was that Canadian? I don't know. You don't know
what
it?
you're talking
Okay,
about.
well,
No.
she had this magic mirror and had like a kaleidoscope, and those really old 1960s, 70s special effects.
Yeah.
And then it would just be her face in the mirror, and she'd say, "Hi, Tommy. Hi, Sherry." You'd always wait for your name, right? Nobody ever said my name because it wasn't very popular at the time. But anyway, yeah. So you have this like whole knotted, tangled little ball of threads. Mm-hmm. Oh, you heard about it, Chris? Adult 70s party? Oh, weird. I'll have to go back and watch it now with new eyes. But yeah, until you get to saying it, it just doesn't. It's not coherent. Believe me, I know. I think you can relate too.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I'm always excited when I get to do that for the first time with a bunch of stuff that's just been kind of incubating for like decades in my head. And then I can slowly untangle all the threads,
Are there any untangled parts you feel like sharing? Okay.
No, it was a lot of thoughts on, essentially, it's all around the veiled aspect of Christianity, and I say that instead of the feminine because I don't want people to think that it's just about merry because it's not. But it's the mysteries in a way. And I have always, the reason that they've never been spoken is because I don't feel like I have the right to say them because they're really veiled, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's me. Hello.
Hey, Skankenstein!
What's up, guys?
Oh my gosh. Are you wearing a top hat?
I am wearing a top hat.
That's awesome.
Actually, for a moment, I forgot it was Halloween, and I just see you like this is your look. This is so your look.
What's funny is I literally just bought this like this week for other purposes. I mean, spiritually, I should have had this for like years and years and years, but not so much.
Yeah.
Should I get a hat?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll go get a hat. I'm not a Halloween person. We never get trick-or-treaters here because it's
It's a commitment to get out to you, Sherry. So, Matt, what's bubbling up for you today?
Bubbling up. See, I'm a left coaster, man. I'm not even waking up yet. I don't believe anyone should be responsible for anything they think before 11.
You're on the west Coast?
Yeah. Washington State.
Wait, did we talk about this?
Yes, we did. Yeah. We talked about Port Townsend.
Yeah. My old home. Wow.
Oh, one of the most wonderful places on earth. I love Port Townsend so much.
Oh my gosh! If you ever make it up there, well, maybe you have made it up there for a whatchamacallit, farmer's market on a Saturday in the summer. It's like the most lovely thing ever.
I've been up there once or twice. Usually I'm preoccupied with my own farmer's market, but never had a bad time out there. Yes.
All right,
fantastic.
Sherry, this is great.
We could do an old fireman's helmet.
No way.
Is it a fireman's helmet?
Yes. No. Oh, Sherry, this is like
we could do a Swiss World War II helmet.
I want to bring
Terrible
some.
in these.
Yeah, put them all on.
Us. Oh yes, we want militant Sherry on the stream. Beautiful.
Something about get back to the army. Ouch.
What does the firewoman Sherry look like?
The fire
person.
Fire person.
Look at that.
Okay.
It looks almost like a pet helmet.
Look at all that protection.
Wow.
I have to put it up here because if I put it like this, I look like a dork. Oh, there we go.
Oh, but dork is actually in this upside down Cosmic Navel space. Dork is actually kind of an asset.
Dork is the new cool.
Yeah, dork is the new cool.
No, it never. You can never get total inversion, but we can respect them.
And I've got like, I don't know, 15 cowboy hats there too. So,
Matt, can you say more about that? You can't ever get total inversion because if something feels right about that, but I don't have the words.
I think it's more. I think like dork is not a perfect inversion of cool, so it's not a perfect up and down. It's I don't know. I'm just speaking intuitively right here. It just doesn't feel right, man.
Not an inversion.
Yeah.
Like if you're to take cool and completely pull it inside out, I don't think the pure apotheosis of dork would appear.
I think it's time for this.
I feel like you're right.
Since it's Halloween, let's get really crazy. Okay, ready?
Okay.
I don't know. This is part of one of the things I always get up in arms with is people saying things like conservatives are the new punk rock, and like that's first off the dumbest thing ever, and the last thing in the world any conservative would actually want to be is punk rock.
Right.
And it's
because you don't want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can say being conservative or right or whatever is like rebellious now, sure, but I don't know. No, punk is too coded to one space.
Come on, let's be a trad wife. Let's do it.
I do love that you are the traddest wife that I know, Sherry, and you don't fit the mold at all. This makes me so happy.
You know, nothing is what it seems, Matt. You're the magician, right?
Not quite. Not quite. I'm magic adjacent.
Magic. You know, my sister is a ventriloquist, a really good ventriloquist, I might add. And when she lived in Victoria, she was doing shows in a mall with her little girl, with her daughter. And then this guy who belonged to the magic circle in Victoria, you know, they were all very well accomplished magicians and illusionists. They scooped her up, and she was like, "What?" She told me, she goes, "I'm in the magic circle," and I'm like, "You're doing tricks?" Goes, no, apparently ventriloquism is magic. I was like, "Really?" So yeah,
initiated into the occult society. She's a Mason now.
No, it wasn't occult. It was an entertainment circle.
Yeah, yep.
And of course,
oh, no, well aware. I think I'm adjacent to them.
Okay, being in the magic circle means you get to know all the secrets. But she was sworn to secrecy, so it didn't even matter if I cut myself and bled. She wouldn't tell me. She would not tell me.
You're not part of the guild.
No. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I tried to get her to do some ventriloquism at South Estuary. I actually kind of threw her to the dogs because I played a couple of her videos on YouTube to people, and they were all like, "Oh, you got it!" And she was just like, "No," you know. And she does this great trick where she holds on to the back of a living person's neck, and she'll say, "Okay, when I squeeze, you open your mouth," right? And then she makes them say the most, you know, crazy things, right?
What?
And the thing is, well, I mean, they're not saying it; they're just going, and she's doing it, right? But the thing about ventriloquism that's so fascinating to me is you have to have a very active alter ego, okay, to be a ventriloquist. And my sister always has, which has made her look like a witch to my brothers. because she used to do things to them that were just like, she used to play tricks on them all the time, scare them mostly when we were younger, and they hated her because, you know, she would be all nice and jovial, but then down inside there was this alter ego that was like, you know, I'm gonna get you. And that's what comes out in her ventriloquism. And it's just like, especially, I guess, because I'm her sister and I know her, right? So it's so fascinating to watch because it's two portioned off parts of her in conversation right live. Like, it's really amazing.
You know, what do you think about the possibility of the therapeutic benefit of acting out these alter egos by putting on costumes or playing the parts as a ventriloquist? Like for example,
Just being all the characters?
yeah, like Mr. Rogers, right? He played all of the part. I didn't really realize this until much later in life. He played all of the parts in his little puppet shows. Like, he was the evil king, and he was, you know, the lion.
That's like Joyce says, something like IFS. And this is the thing about IFS. Like, this is not new, people. This is called acting. You know, you just you partition yourself off and you become this other person. And we have, you know, I remember a psychologist said to me one time, long time ago, like I was like 22. So it's like long time, 41 years ago. He said, we're like diamonds. We have many, many, many faces, right? But the problem is that we can't see all sides of our diamond. Like, so we have to rely on other people to see those parts of us that we don't, because we only get to view some of that diamond, some of those faces, right? And so when all this started coming up, you know, about IFS and stuff, I'm like, and even people being different characters, like identity wise. Like we see a lot of that in the world today, where it's not just an inner voice, and now it's become an outer manifestation, right? I'm like, no, people, this is not, don't get stuck there, because you are one of many faces. Like Whitman says, we are multitudes, right?
Yeah.
You're multitudes.
I think one of the other things is that, like, you almost need like certain relationships to activate certain parts of yourself. Like I recently reconnected with an old college buddy of mine over the phone. We had spoken in a couple of years, and it's like sliding into a version of myself I haven't been for a couple of years, just because it's so much of it. Like there's a lot of history between us, and it's just, I'm kind of like remembering who I am and by re-stoking this old relationship.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and sometimes we feel like imposters because of that too, Matt, right? Like, so we get into a group of people and we become someone that we don't even really recognize, or we haven't seen for a long time, and we're like, wait, where did this come from? What am I afraid of? How come I'm doing this? You know, and all these questions come up, right? But I've just said to myself, it's okay. You know, this reminds me of what Paul the Apostle says, I am all things to all men. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, we can't just force feed people who we think we are. You know?
Yeah, no, like the situation you described is very much there's times you got to deal with like being in a group. I just feel like everyone's kind of closed off to me, so I have to kind of like really mute myself, just because they're not going to want or welcome the deeper parts of me. It takes a particular kind of friendship to kind of like open that up.
Yeah. I wonder if I could show you guys a photo that Michael Martin took of my sister and I, but I don't know. How do I do this now?
Let
me do my thing and you guys talk, and I'll tell you if I can find it. I'm not very tech savvy. As you noticed, Rigel, I still haven't done my Substack.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. And Sherry, if you do need to just email it to me, I could share it from my end as well.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay.
It's kind of what I'm here for as the gentle facilitator.
I'm going to just email it to you. That's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to make a fool out of myself.
Yeah, email it to me and we'll share it, and then you can say your piece.
Yeah.
So, Matt, how do you use your energy in the Northwest?
How do I use my energy in the Northwest?
Oh wow!
This is my standard question.
It's so. I just gotta say, like, seasonally, this is the worst time of the year to ask that, because we just hit fall, like and so everyone is just powering down. Energy suddenly feels extremely scarce.
Powering down is such a good way to put that. Yeah.
We are solar powered out here, which is really ironic because we don't get a ton of sun for a good chunk of the year. And so I guess that makes your question even more important, because energy feels much scarcer now. And I always spend like September and October just living in total denial that there's any season other than summer. I was like, nope, we're not going to mention any other seasons. We're not going to look forward to what's coming next. We are just going to hold on to summer and refuse to let it go. That's my mode of being.
That's you know what? I got up this morning and I stepped outside here, and it was warmish, right? Because we had a snowstorm the other day. It's all the snow's gone, but like it was like midwinter blues in just like within hours. And anyway, I stepped outside and it was warmish, and I was like, just don't come yet. Okay. I had a serious conversation with the horizon. I was just like, just hold off. You can, arrive at the end of, and I said to my husband, I think I was casting spells this morning. Did you get the picture? Did it work?
I got the picture. You ready for it? Okay, let's pull this up here.
It's a good Halloween
All right.
photo.
Oh, that photo goes hard. That's awesome.
Doesn't it?
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's my sister, and the weird thing was she goes, "Come on, let's take a picture." I'm like, "No," and then Michael's like, "I'll take it." And this hat that she has on was sitting on the chair, and it's mechanical, so it's got it's got all this plastic in it. And it wasn't really meant to be worn, and that's her hair. That's her real hair. And she puts it on, and then she goes, "You sit down." And so I'm sitting down, and then she goes, "I'll just go back here." And I couldn't see what she was doing. And when Michael showed me the photo, I was like, "That's exactly us." That's exactly us. She's always in the background, doing her alter ego.
Yeah, she's definitely got an alter ego that she knows well. So good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you're both interacting with maps. A globe and a was there anything intentional about that?
No, she goes, I heard her say, "I'm just gonna point right here," Oh,
Is there a particular meaning for the flat versus the circular map as well?
Hey,
Paul,
Well, you have work to do, sir.
the flat map was just sitting on the chair. I had to pick it up to sit down. So I opened it and looked at it.
Having Sherry and her sister together are so much fun. It is so much fun, the two of them together. It is so
oh my gosh.
Well, I just, Paul, everyone's like, "Oh, your sister has to come too." I said, "Well, I wouldn't go without her, because without her, I'm not myself." We make each other.
Paul, welcome to the Cosmic Navel. This is first time on the show.
I'm even wearing my father's Patterson Habitat t-shirt.
Oh, awesome.
Oh,
Awesome. What's bubbling up for you today, Paul?
Oh, I just got a lot to do. I had some other conflicts, so I couldn't live stream. I was thinking maybe I should, I don't know if I'm set up here to patch this through to my channel. Maybe I'll do that, then I'll get you. It's not on your end, it's on my end.
Wait, hold on. Guests can stream this to their own destination.
Yeah, you do have to check that.
Yeah, but I have to pay.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Dang it.
Is that a higher level than what you've got?
Yeah, I have the free version, Paul.
Oh.
I'm
Now we
maxing
know
the free
all
version.
the dirty secrets.
And the pay version is super expensive. It got really expensive.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's alternatives out there.
You know what, Rigel? You need a Ko-fi link. People can buy you a Ko-fi, and actually I love that, because my granddaughter, she's 20 now, but when she was 2, I would come in the house and she would go, "Ko-fi, Nanny?" and she would make me a coffee, because they had like an automatic thing, but that was her thing. She'd put her hands on her knees and bend over. "Ko-fi, Nanny?"
Well, I'm looking into it. I'm looking into the Ko-fi.
Yeah, do it, and then you can, at least pay for your StreamYard. I get it.
All right. I'm gonna
For
make
all of you.
I hoped if I showed up here that might so I'll be monitoring it while I get some stuff done.
Well, thank you, Paul, for just poking your head in.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So, using your energy, powering down. I remember when I lived in the Northwest, this was like all the 90s. I was there all the 90s.
Oh.
And there was a time where yellow tinted glasses became really popular, and it was exactly what you're talking about. It's like September, October, you start wearing your happy glasses is what we called them, and it would like turn the clouds into sunshine for the rest of the year, because it was never actually sunny. it would be too much if the sun was out. But with the clouds, it was like perfect denial
Oh, wow.
vestments.
Oh,
Yeah. We get quite a bit of sunshine here where I am in the interior in the winter,
Yeah.
but it always comes with extreme cold because if the skies are clear, brr.
that's always the tragedy of like wanting to go stargazing in December. Like you're gonna pay for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the clouds are kind of a little bit of a respite, even though they are like, it's funny, how clouds descend but they also, the mood descends, everything's kind of descends. And they hover over you. Like, so you have this, like, how doom and gloom tends to do that? It hovers over you. When the skies are clear, you feel like, possibility is endless, right? But when the clouds come down, things hover. But there's a respite in it because it's warmer. Here, we're up. So you're like,
yeah, we don't treat them like a blanket enough, but they are doing that for us.
yes, they really are. You know what's also interesting? This is kind of weather related, but it's self-generated weather. When we have forest fires and the smoke gets really thick, it actually cools the air down and puts the fire out.
Really?
Yeah, it's people get all panicky because it gets dark, right? Because the smoke is thick, then you got this like blood red sun just burning as a hole in the sky or something. And but it's actually beneficial, and it'll sometimes cause it to rain. So it's like the fire has its own way of putting itself out.
Wow.
It really feels like a wound healing. All these kind of like processes go into play that help to diminish the damage and let what needs to happen, but also moves towards restoration.
Right. Yeah.
Matt, that's like
Oh, what is that?
fridge quote.
What's albedo? Smoke increases albedo.
Libido? I don't know.
No.
Michael, good to see you.
So,
What's bubbling up for you today?
Butterflies.
Yeah.
mostly mucus, honestly.
That's gross. Did you practice that line before you
No.
jumped on it?
I mean, yeah. I've been sick for a few days, but I'm getting better, mostly. So, yeah.
Oh.
Albedo is the measure of how much sunlight is reflected back to space. Interesting. Thank you, Afriel Pilotson.
Pilotson. That's how you would say it if you were Norwegian.
Yeah.
Afriel Pilotson.
So you're.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say you're in kind of recovery mode, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, I just took like one day off of work, and that was all I could really justify because, but it doesn't, it's just one of these things. I guess the pitfalls of having small children and their germiness. So,
Yeah.
They're preparing their bodies for the onslaught to come.
yeah.
They're just building immunity. Immunity that you never had, obviously.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Usually happens once or twice a year, it seems like. Get something, but oh well.
Well, it is the season.
Yeah.
Viruses are most active in the in-between seasons, right? When the temperatures they're doing the up and down thing. That's when viruses go, it's our time to play. So, yeah.
Those dang liminal spaces.
Yeah, I know. Inconsistency.
Yeah, we don't know what we are anymore. We're between one thing and another.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
wrote a couple poems.
Oh,
if you
please.
Want to hear them.
Sure.
They're not
I was about to say, Matt, that's what the TLC is for, is to kind of catch us in those liminal spaces.
I agree. Yeah, feels right.
All right, Sherry,
Okay.
what do you have for us? Well, while we're waiting for Sherry, I started reading this book by Brian Eno because I heard him interviewed on Ezra Klein, the Ezra Klein podcast, and he is amazing. Brian Eno and Ezra Klein, in my humble opinion, I know he's kind of a controversial figure in some circles, but this book, it has this really interesting concept in the first chapter about where art kind of shows up. And it often shows up when kind of like the function of something starts to disintegrate a little bit. And so then that's what makes room for art. I think of like when function becomes less about survival, it kind of cracks the door open for all these different expressions of art. So you have like, someone drinking water, yoga, and then like, interpretive dance, right? You've got running for the bus. Taking a stroll. And then like,
Can you full screen that? I can't make heads or tails out of what you're pointing. I just see a red blob.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Let's full thank you. Let's let me full screen that. Okay.
Woo, look at that.
So now, sorry, can you see
That's
that?
better.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you. So you have that function to art gradient.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Okay.
Cool. That reminds me of First Nations art in Canada. So some of the best First Nations art is from the West Coast because they actually had longer. First of all, food was plentiful because they were on the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
They also had more moderate climate than the interior of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So, they could conserve energy that way, right? They weren't like staying warm.
Yeah.
And the result was they had more rigid systems of government. They had architecture. They built longhouses, like they built stuff, dug canoes. They did, and they did a lot of art. But all that came out of function. Like they carved for survival, right? And then once they had a place to survive, they carved out of expression. Gratitude.
Interesting.
It's interesting that the more stable your common life is, the more rigid your government becomes.
Has to be. They also had slaves.
Wow.
Yeah, they had slavery. Yeah, the more governed First Nations became, the more they rated other people for slaves. Actually, the Cree did that too. The Iroquois did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Iroquois was 5 nations, right? They actually had toll houses on the rivers to the Great Lakes. Like you had to pay them money to get into other territory. They're pretty organized. They had money. That's what the wampum belt was. The wampum belt. It was a form of currency. Beaded belts. All successful in what? N-A?
North America.
North America.
Nations.
I don't know, something about how the more you submit to the machine, the more that you exploit certain people to secure those commitments.
The Tahltan people where I lived in Telegraph Creek, their word for a boogeyman was the same word for the Cree Nation. And if you think about it, the Cree Nation spans across the top half of the prairie. Well, actually all of the prairies, like Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. They're plains First Nations. and British Columbia is over here, and the Tahltans are like right below the Yukon border. They raided into there for women and children, mostly. And so the word for the Tahltan word for the boogeyman, like they would tell their children to go outside in the dark because the boogeyman will get you. It was the word for the Cree people. It's pretty crazy.
I'm nervous to even make this comment because this is going to be on streaming TV for the rest of time.
Unless you delete it.
Unless I delete it, but who knows if it's ever really deleted, you know. But I wonder if there's, I mean, we can judge the tribe, you know, from our modern inclusive worldview that has human rights baked into it. But I wonder if at the time slavery was actually like a sign of progress. They wouldn't even use the word progress, but you know, like a sign that a culture is like
indentured.
Well,
did you say slavery is a sign of progress? I must have missed it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me just say this before my
from what came before that.
Well, here's the deal. If you think you're not a slave, come on. Okay, we're all indentured.
That's true.
We pay taxes to be alive, to exist. Okay, and I'm not one of those, you know, natural citizen people, but I know we have an infrastructure that has to be maintained. But
this is why I didn't want to say that.
It was kind of the ancient form. Somebody said it recently. It's like it was the ancient form of benevolence because, you know, in more primitive times or whatever, when food is scarce, it's like, you know, it's more of it's probably more of a liability than an asset to take on another mouth to feed or whatever. But you can't, you know, there was no government to just create a welfare system, so that's kind of what you had, you know. But I mean, it's like Abraham, you know, there's when he defeats those kings or whatever, and then the king of Sodom like wants to buy all the slaves off of Abraham, and Abraham's like, nope, I'm not going to do that. And it's like, well, that was probably better for those people for them to be in Abraham's care than to be sold off to Sodom.
sounds like a better deal to me. Yeah, Grim is going to clip this, just so you know, Rigel. He said.
Oh my God, I know.
Hopefully he doesn't cut Michael Sartori short.
Well, I mean that's Paul's always calling himself a slave of Christ too. Like in all the letters, that's how he refers to himself. You know, we translate it as servant, but it's the same word in Greek. So,
well, Onesimus is a good example too, right? And Paul does warn about just freeing people without thinking about their welfare. So, yeah, it's look, we live in a different age where we don't think it's fair to own somebody, which it isn't actually. But we've all been owned. We are owned, you know. So there's a kind of denial in the modern society that we live in that there's no such thing as slavery anymore. Because if you actually try to not be owned, you'll find it very quickly that you're owned. Very quickly.
Yeah.
Well, even like Exodus, it's just the transfer of a people group from one horrible taskmaster to the benevolent taskmaster of the Lord. Like it's still a subservient relationship, but in this case, their subservient patron is seeking their flourishing. But that was not controversial for them either. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I know there's some Christian organizations even now that they basically, in these, you know, countries where they still are selling people, however they classify it, but they, you know, they go and they buy slaves essentially, and you know, people have like a concern of like, oh well, you're feeding into the system or whatever, and It's like, yeah, kind of, but you're also like actually rescuing those individuals. So it's like, and I mean, I think, maybe that's probably one of the better things, when Jesus talks about using mammon or whatever in this world to buy friends. Like, I don't know, you can't get any more literal than that.
Well, can I dare to say something here? And please don't clip this, Chris. Okay.
Yeah.
Please don't. I'm begging you. How about you buy people by offering them free government subsidy, right? Places to live, free medical health care, and then you let them pour in because you say that nobody wants to take these menial tasks.
Yeah.
Does that sound like slavery to you?
It's getting spicy.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to take it up a notch. I'm just going to turn this up a little notch.
Thank you, because my heart is
Yeah.
pounding right now.
Yeah,
and
no,
someone
you're
else
safe here, Sherry.
throw themselves into
You're
the
safe
flame.
here. Giving churches, okay, exempt status. How's that?
yeah.
different? Come on.
There's definitely an argument that you then create this very specific niche where they are allowed to occupy, and that is the only space they're allowed to occupy. Yeah.
There.
It's not. It's like you can coerce and manipulate people through giving them gifts.
Well, this is the thing that I found. There were two pet peeves for me in the latest political, worldview. One of them was, we're so advanced and progressed in the West that we don't do those jobs. So we need to get these people to do those jobs. I'm like, wait a minute. You think that's kindness? That's kindness? How about you make your kids go do the dirty work? Okay. Like, that's what I did with my kids. And then the other one is land acknowledgements. Please don't clip this either, because you basically stand up in a public forum and you tell a people that you've stolen their land, and then you just keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what conquerors do.
What is this? Like, it would be better if you just zipped it, right?
Yeah, no. It's a very kind of polite, hang-ringy, like liberal way of doing it, but it's the same verbiage as like an ancient Near Eastern like monument. So like, look at all the lands I have taken. What's the Conan Barbarian quotes about like watching the like? I love hearing like the lament of their women's and like their corpses strewn about.
It's just, I acknowledge that this land belongs to present tense, blah, 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 but I'm not getting off. I'm staying here. Like, the Prime Minister does this in Parliament, because we acknowledge that these buildings are on Algonquin land. Like, okay, when are you leaving? When are you leaving then? Oh, we're not. Like, it doesn't, I don't know how they don't see the absurdity in it. I just don't get it.
We're gonna stay here, but we will feel bad about it every now and again.
And you're supposed to take that as some kind of comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, these are like really my pet peeves.
No, it's okay. Go for it, Michael.
Replacing virtues with virtue signals and confusing the two. That's that problem.
Yeah, but how people don't see it, Michael, that's the mystery to me. I'm like, do you realize what you just said to these people? It's like, I acknowledge that this is your watch, Sherry, and put it back in my pocket. Right?
Yeah.
Grim has a question for you.
Yes, I am. And it's scary.
Oh.
Because this is why they exist in the first place. Because you're basically, it's legalese for, land acknowledgement is legalese for that move right there. Giving it back.
I heard Martin Shaw speak at the Cowichan Cultural Center.
Here's the deal. I'm sorry to get political, but I gotta say this, because this, to me, this is just like upside downness. Okay, it's upside downness is what it is. So Danielle Smith, who's the Premier of Alberta, her province is threatening to separate from Canada, and the first thing that the media does is say, "What about treaty rights for First Nations in Alberta. And she said, well, that land doesn't belong to us. It's not provincial land, it's federal land. So they'll just be enclaves of federal land in Alberta. That's all. It's easy. Nothing happens. Nothing's affected. They still have their treaties. That's, but the deal is that land doesn't belong to them either. It belongs to the federal government. They have no rights. They have no mineral rights. They have no water rights. They have no timber rights. They have no rights. It's just a facade. And so, you can't say, well, the Alberta government is going to separate and take away the rights of the first. No, they don't have any. And besides which, they don't let the federal government pretend that they do, because they don't. It's sick. Sherry just wants more casinos. Jason. You guys want to hear my poems?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You were about to share a poem, and then we got into slavery.
I'm in a monorail track. I need to jump the track.
Jump the track. Thank you, Sherry.
But and I'm saying all the things that nobody will say. So I don't know. Maybe you'll find me swinging from a tree somewhere.
Sherry's just asking questions, guys. Just asking questions.
Yeah, just asking. Okay. The wind blows premonitions across the water. The lake dances in response. You sit bobbing alone. I standing alone. We see each other. There is nothing to do about our aloneness. But we have much in common. Both alive, both hearing the premonitions, both alone. And there is nothing to be done about it, except flight. Yes, we could fly. This we also share. Yet I pick ashes from my coffee, take another sip. You preen and dive and dip your beak in and out of the water, taking in and pushing out. We are waiting. We see each other again, fixed. We tell ourselves that the time will come, and when it does, we will know, and we will fly. Everything will stay just as it is now, and it will wait for us to return. I turn back to the door and enter. You dive deep to the depths where the wind cannot blow. We feel no premonitions there. That was me staring at a duck on my lake. And then there's one more.
Please.
This was at sunrise. And I got the most gorgeous photo. It was like photoshopped, okay? The sun was coming up and there were these rays of light that were just like this, that like fingers, all individual. And they were just shooting up from behind this hill across from me in the sky. Just, whoosh, it looked like someone turned on some lights or something. And then I was inside the tent reading and I could, the sun was coming up higher and higher and it was casting shadows on my tent. So I wrote, I sit reading while you, like a wild-eyed painter, playfully splash pinks and yellows across the sky. I bend dreamy-eyed over a book, yet I feel you painting the newborn canvas outside. I know this because as in the light, so in the shadows, does your art flit against my thin walls.
Your art flit against my thin walls. Take it.
Someone asked me, is that your tent walls? I said, it's whatever you want it to be.
Oh, Sherry.
PVK. I like the faces.
Oh. Anyone else notice the Cosmic Navel is an anagram for the gnomic slave? We can't get off the rail.
I'm off.
Ron is back.
I'm off.
Okay.
Anybody have any input on the I'm running these 24-hour streams. It's interesting because people sort of stay there to chat. And
yeah, that is interesting. I noticed.
Because
I think that part is great.
Do you?
Yeah. The fact that there is a chat you could, the hive mind you can always kind of pop into to see who's around. No, I think that's the surprise hidden feature, the hidden bonus we didn't expect would happen.
Yeah.
Can you say more about that? Because I think I've seen some of these streams, but I haven't actually gone to them.
What I've done is, so my sister started these 24/7 streams of the stuff that she does, and I have so much back catalog, and
So much great
especially
back
the
catalog.
randos. I mean, I've got like three. I got like 3 Sherry randos from like 5, 6, 7 years ago, and it was fun. This morning, I kind of like it myself to pop in because I'll listen for like 10 minutes of a video that otherwise I won't encounter, and I'll remember someone. Or like this morning, I popped in and I've got them randomized. So it was my first conversation with Cassidy. And it was so interesting listening to that. So I just started playing with it because I didn't want to get a service, and services wouldn't. I have so much back catalog that I looked at these services and they just don't give you enough storage for the amount of content that I have. So I'm just streaming them from a computer in my office 24/7. And I'm playing around. I want to get some Freddie and Paul shows in there, and I want to get sort of the full randos catalog in there. So I'm kind of working on that a bit at a time. But I mean, I kind of like it, but I don't know if it has any value for others. And so that's
Well, it does.
see what I
You know, the first thing that comes to my mind, Paul, is that as of late, I have spoken to several people who've kind of taken a step back from the corner because there are a lot of new faces, and it's not the faces that made them do that. It's the regurgitation of the content. Because what happens is people discover the corner, and then they want to talk about these things that are opening up for them, which for some of us was 5 years ago. And so, you know, not to be rude or ignorant, you sit there and watch it, but you're like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's been thoroughly hashed out, like for like 4 years, right? Yeah. Some of the stuff. Yeah. And so I think it's informative to those people who are fairly new to the corner to be able to go back and say, oh, look, they talked about that. Oh, isn't that interesting? These are the questions I had. And I would highly recommend people do it because it'll give you, I think it'll give you more of an idea of what this place is built on instead of just kind of a circular conversation that doesn't really ascend. Maybe is the word I'm looking for. Does that make sense? It
almost sounds liturgical in the sense of you're reading the lives of the saints.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. So Chemo works with me at Living Stones. Chemo came to church basically because he found me on the internet when he was sick. And so he plays the piano and he makes the bulletin. So he does these things at Living Stones. So I asked him about it, and he said he liked it because it's sort of like he hears me say a bunch of things there that he's never heard me say. And I think that's exactly what you're saying, Sherry, because I don't say a lot of the things I used to say because I've said them, and I don't feel like I want to repeat them.
No, I know.
But they're all back there, and there are, you know, even just sort of dipping in every now and then during the day, there's some really wonderful moments in those old conversations.
Oh. Yeah. And they were happening at a very like historically critical moment where people were desperately confused, not just about their faith, but about the state of the world. Yeah. It was all like really blossomed during the COVID lockdowns and stuff. Right. So there was a lot of brutal honesty actually in those randos.
Matt, what was the back channel chat part of this that you were talking about?
Just the hive mind for the live videos. The fact that you have kind of like a live stream always running means that if you can talk to whoever is watching at the same time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And you just pop in there kind of live. You're not responding to old comments. You're in that.
It's almost like sitting
right.
around.
Yeah. Jump into the live chat and talk to whoever's watching with you. And this is one of the things that I've noticed as I'm going to pop it into other streams and whatnot. Matt C was interviewed in a kind of like a different corner recently, and I popped in and watched that premiere live. And it's just the hive mind was dead. It was boring. I was trying to chat with some folks, and it was just no kind of interesting engagement. I think we don't always kind of appreciate that this corner has generated a really interesting personal comment section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like sitting around a campfire?
Oh yeah, they're not necessarily talking about what's going on the
No.
video.
No, they're looking
just
into it, like
Connecting with
flames,
each other.
and then connecting on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually think it's great, Paul.
All right.
I'm really glad you're doing it. I think it's a good idea.
I'll keep playing with it then. I'm still, it's a lot of content, but it's not in. So I'm just kind of thinking about how to
order it.
What's that? How to what?
How to order it, or what?
How to keep it fresh. Sometimes I'm thinking about doing different mixes. Sometimes, like right now, part of the thing is I have to reformat a bunch of videos so that they're consistent, so that. Like in the first some of the streams, you'd see a randos come on and you'd like see one person over here and then nothing over there. And because of not all the videos are the same format, YouTube would just reformat them and it would all look fine on the screen. But how I'm doing it, there's some technical challenges. So I'm just trying to work out those angles and then just
That's a lot of work.
Well, it's not a lot of work, and it's little things that I like playing with technology. So I like playing with these things and seeing if I can do them. But I want to know that it has, if it doesn't have any value for anybody else, I don't know if it's worth the value for me. Although I have, again, for me, it's sort of reminded me of kind of the early days of the Bridges of Meaning Discord, where you kind of jump in and see who's there and chat with them a little bit. So I don't know. So,
yeah. I
will say one other potential, not quite negative point, but it does make your channel feel a little bit more kind of like cluttered, Paul.
Yes.
Just because that's always going on there. I think I was trying to catch up on a homebrew video, and I'm like, I don't know how to find, or it took a little bit more effort to find like your talkie video from a couple days ago. And so, but that's just.
Should you do a separate channel for it?
I was originally going to do a separate channel for it, but the problem is then nobody would find it.
Yeah.
That's the difficulty of a new channel, which Rigel knows. You started a live stream this morning and nobody jumped on, and that's why if I could have linked this to my channel, we get 3 or 4 more people in here.
Yeah.
That's Jeremy and I are finding that out with our Restoring Meaning channel.
I was going to say, I think there's an interesting synthesis happening. I'm just thinking about this, Paul, but you have kind of this old content that's for new people, and then you have this kind of in the moment live chat that is for kind of the old timers to come and just hang out. And I think there's some sparks happening.
Yeah.
Like it makes me want to go hang out now.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of a low bar of entry for people who are coming in out of the lurk.
Yeah, and it's also sort of un-YouTube, because YouTube just keeps assaulting me with the most outrageous, the most clickable, the most, and this is like, it's the most thing. You're going to go and listen to a couple of randos talk about the home they grew up in or whatever they're dealing with in 2019. So it's very un-YouTube. But I also wonder if there isn't aren't people just sort of, I don't know, emotionally exhausted by social media, by the constant you know, and if I see another YouTuber with a face on their thumbnail, I want to kill myself.
Thank you. We are so punk rock.
You know, and so I find it's just kind of nice to jump in there. I have 5 minutes. I jump in there, and it's like, okay, well, who's on right now? And for me, it's a little bit more personal because I've had all these conversations.
Yeah, totally.
Daniel French was on, and hardly anybody around here knows who Daniel French is. But it's Daniel French, and so for me, it's kind of like visiting old friends. But I don't know again if it's worth anyone else. So.
I think it is. I think it's
Okay.
really valuable. I really do.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if people would be like fully aware of its value, but I think it's the kind of value that just trickles in, and is, you know, penetrating in that way, right? Like, it doesn't necessarily, you know, that's why you're sick of the face thumbnails, because this is someone just like assaulting your senses, and that's really not the thing. It's like wallpaper. That's why I hate wallpaper, because it looks nice for a minute, and then after a while, the pattern drives you insane, right? But the things that are sublime and subtle, and, you know, those things, they transform you without your even realizing it. So I'm going with that argument there.
I'm going to read Joy's. During Chicago, I sat there as a neophyte in some ways and saw Job's wrestling as the embryonic wrestling, which informed Paul's posture and then consequently enriched my virtual catechism. Mm-hmm. Paul, I wonder if there's a way to somehow communicate, like one of the things that I do when I'm like, I can't jump right onto someone's live stream when it starts, is I'll, you know, catch up on double speed until I kind of get enough of the conversation to get to the point where they are. But that's not, I don't know if that's really the best way to use this 24-hour stream. It almost sounds like the best way to use it is actually just to come in at the moment and be with the people and kind of engage in the live content that's right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought about figuring out how to redo the videos so that there's a crawl or something on it so that people would have some context of what's on the screen. I think that would help, but you know,
I don't know. You know, Paul, I watch a lot of these, like, have you ever heard of the My Self-Reliance channel? You must know it. Oh gosh. Okay. Look it up. It's a guy building by hand, from scratch, all kinds of buildings. He started out with one homestead, then he had to leave because some people actually found out where he was, bought the property next to him, and blasted loud music and speakers 24/7 in his direction. Can you believe it? And he was rural. So now he's at a different spot, and so he started over, new house, new barns, new sauna, new and everything. But he does it all with no talking. And there is a lot of that on YouTube where it's like staring into the fire, right? Yeah. People they go on. His videos are an hour long. There's very little talking at all. Maybe sometimes he'll say an intro and an outro or something. It's just him building, walking around, looking at things, scratching his head, measuring something. You know, he's got great camera angles. He was a cameraman for a TV studio, so he actually knows how to film and make it interesting, right? But people, have you noticed, this is another thing, have you noticed silent commercials? You don't have, I've got commercials. I got commercials on YouTube, okay? Oh. There's this new phenomenon where the commercials are silent.
Really?
Silent. And it used to be, the volume was way bigger, everything was bigger. It was just like, oh.
Now they're getting attention with silence.
Yes. And you're like, what? What is that? Why is, you know, look, I got my earbuds in. Where did the podcast go? And then you run over and look, oh, it's a silent ad.
I can get into that.
It's actually really, if you are a big picture person like me and you're watching these little waves, right? You're like, oh, this is so interesting. People are sitting there. They want to stare at a guy working all day in the bush. You know, the ads now are silent. You know, there's something, Paul, there's something about discovery that really intrigues the human being. We are seekers.
Yeah.
So if you start labeling all the videos, people go, I don't want to watch that. I don't know. Yeah. But if you don't label it, they'll go there just to find out what it is.
All right. Well, the labeling would be a big job. So
Don't do it.
So
Don't do it. Just leave it.
I won't do it. Especially won't do it now. So thank you for that. That's helpful.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
This is our 8-minute warning that we are needing to come in for a landing.
Because
So-
you've got the free StreamYard, so it's limited, right?
No, it's actually my limitations are based on my fatherly duties to pick up my child in a few minutes.
All right.
But any final thoughts?
Well, I'm glad you live streamed, and I think we do need more live streamers in the corner. And it isn't bad that people kind of have to hunt for them, but it does keep a little bit of word of mouth aspect, which is always something that's a little serious. So
Yeah, no, that's a good word.
I'll just say this and then I'll be quiet. I always live stream. I always live stream because I think it's community oriented. It gives people a chance to come together in real time and they can hear you speak and you can interact with them. You know, I don't like premieres. I don't like when people put premieres on. There's a chat, but it's disconnected. So all you folks out there that do that, do live streams, please. And please like and subscribe to Restoring Meaning with Jeremy and I. We could use the boost.
I will like and subscribe.
Well, actually Jeremy's first rando was in there too, and it's great. He's got all this clutter behind him, and he's figuring stuff out. I mean, those are so much fun. The first randos with people who are still very active.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Matt, Michael, any parting words of wisdom or final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
Don't eat too much candy.
Don't what?
Don't eat too much candy.
That is a good reminder. There it is.
Ooh,
Oh
that's
my
the
God,
killer.
Snickers.
Snickers are my kryptonite.
But it is a feast. So eat more candy than you think you should.
Yeah,
You gotta find that Aristotelian balance. You should celebrate a little bit, but
Matt,
Yeah.
you have to stay really still. Turn your head slightly under the beam, overhead.
oh, like this.
There you go. Now you look like you got the most amazing top hat on. Right?
Oh my gosh, yes. I want to savor a comment from Joy. I want to bring this up on the screen. She said, "Oh wait, no, that wasn't it. Sorry.
She's got too many good comments.
I know, too many good. Okay, this was the one. Thank you, Sherry. This is when you read your poem. In the moment you began, we stretched celestially. The poetry has this softening effect on our orifices and appendages of attention." Well said, Joy. Well said. All right. Well, if there's no other final comments, I think it's time to close this thing up. It's so lovely to see all of you here together and just be with you in this groundless ground.
Should we do a short Anam Cara blessing?
Oh, please. Yes.
Oh, God.
Anam Cara blessing. This is This is part of our liturgy.
I can't find the book. I can't find the book. I'm sorry. I promised something I can't.
Oh,
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Nope.
While she is looking, we'll just say that Free William has started streaming on Wednesdays, so hang out there with us.
Oh, really?
Free Brilliant?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, Chesterton and Chill every other Wednesday. He and President Foxman were on 2 days ago.
Exciting that we had PVK's first Cosmic Navel moment. This is going to go down in my bullet journal. Okay, I'm going to record this on paper.
So go into your randos.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A blessing for the senses. May your body be blessed. May you realize that your body is a faithful and beautiful friend of your soul. And may you be peaceful and joyful and recognize that your senses are sacred thresholds. May you realize that holiness is mindful, gazing, feeling, hearing, and touching. May your senses gather you and bring you home. May your senses always enable you to celebrate the universe and the mystery and possibilities in your presence here. May the eros of the earth bless you.
Oh. Beautiful. All right, you all.
Yeah, may paradise consume you, Joy. May paradise consume you. Father Roman Braga said one of his spiritual fathers he'd look at people and laugh and say, "Ha! May paradise consume you."
Yes.
Love it.
All right. Blessings. We'll see you next week or in the eschaton.
Hopefully next week.
Hopefully next week. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.